So the Chicago Sky trading Marina Mabrey back in July is looking like the worst trade I've ever seen. Because going back and asking yourself, why did they move on from Mabrey? They brought in Jefferson, they brought in Banham, who can shoot the ball really well. But Mabrey is on a different level when it comes to offensive production. And the problem you have with the Sky right now is you don't have any offense. You were terrible after she left. You went, I believe, 3-13 to close the season. And Angel Reese is not there yet as a number one or number two option. In fact, Cardoso and Kennedy Carter fill those roles a lot better because they're better offensive players. The problem you did here was you took away a weapon that you could rely upon. Also, you signed her for a 3-year deal in 2023, and then you turn around and trade her 17 months later. To me, it just doesn't make a lot of sense here. I know they move up, I believe, 6 picks from this trade, but at the same time, she was a good offensive weapon. And I think for the Sky to go into this rebuild mode is what it seems. I don't know how it's going to pan out because when you beat teams like the Sparks twice, and I think they beat the Wings once, that was all they could show for that trade. It doesn't look good, especially when Mabrey breaks a record for most points scored in a postseason game, where she goes out there and just destroys the Fever with just dagger shots after dagger shots. She was 5 of 12 from 3 on a 41% clip. And when Ty Harris got hurt in the first quarter and she stepped in after that ankle injury, they didn't miss a beat on offense. If Jefferson or Banham was in that position, they would have produced, but not at the level I think of a Mabrey. But you look at the Sky, you're going, why did you move on? Why did you give up so much offensive production in hopes that Angel Reese fills that role? And she's not there yet. She's a 4th option or 5th option at best. On top of that, you're putting all this pressure on Kennedy Carter and Cardoso to carry the offense. Not saying they can't, but Cardoso's a rookie, and I thought she was solid for the Sky. But you gave away a shooting guard who can get hot at any moment, can shoot the 3 at a high percentage, and you think that's a good idea? Again, I don't know what the Sky are going to do next, but they better show something in the draft because if they don't pick up a piece that is either an upgrade or can meet the potential of a Mabrey, this trade is going to look really bad as time goes on. Because what she did yesterday against the Fever was impressive. Like she was going nuts out there. So let's just say next season that Angel Reese doesn't really take a huge leap for offense. She has no post game. She didn't develop a mid-range shot. She still has trouble finishing at the rim, and she's shooting around 38 to 39%. And then you have Carter and Cardoso carrying the offense. Or what if one of them gets hurt? Like with Carter, she had the illness this season. I know she had another injury as well. And let's just say Cardoso goes through a sophomore slump or just struggles, in her second season. Now the offense is a complete mess. Yeah, you might have a draft pick that you have picked up in that draft, but at the same time, you haven't really improved your offense. And then Mabrey's cooking for the Sun, and you're asking yourself, why did you move on? Because at least Mabrey could give you some offense and help out Reese and help the spacing of the floor. I just don't get what the Sky are doing here where they're heading because they better figure it out in the draft. If they end up getting like a 3-and-D woman who can't really shoot and just a good defender, I mean, that's nice, but you got to look at the situation as a plan where you're going to replace Mabrey's production. And if that's not the plan in the draft, then what are you doing? The Chicago Sky are putting a lot of stock in Angel Reese to take a huge leap for offense. And if she's still the same player where she doesn't have the jump shot, she can't finish at the rim consistently, then the Sky have a problem. You saw the record down the stretch. They were 3-13. It was terrible. A big reason for their struggles was their offense. They had a hard time scoring the basketball on a consistent basis. I don't know what the GM's doing here. I'm a little confused and lost, but maybe it was just on another level yesterday. What she was doing against the Fever, they would try to go on runs, and maybe we just hit a dagger 3 that would just shut down any momentum. And again, you wonder to yourself, what were the Sky thinking here? A big reason why the Sky fell off so much was because Carter had her health issues, and you saw the offense take a massive dip. Cardoso is only a rookie, so she's still learning the game herself, and Angel Reese just grabs rebounds. Now you have a mess out there for offense where you can't generate shots. You don't have any flow on offense. When you look at Mabrey yesterday for the Sun, the game looked easy for her out there. She was hitting shots that just killed any type of momentum for the Fever, where they would try to go on like a 5-0 run and Mabrey would just hit back-to-back threes. She just killed them out there. And you look at the Sky going, you had her locked up for 3 years and you decide to move on. I don't understand what the logic is, but hopefully they figure this out and find somebody who can replace Mabrey's production. Because let's just say the Sun become WNBA champions in the next year or two. They have a talented roster. They can lock you up on defense. And let's just say they get one with Mabrey on the team. You're going to look at the Sky and go, that made no sense. That was a dumb move. Because, again, she gives you offense. You don't have to rely heavily on Carter and Cardoso to get you there. And it gives more time for Angel Reese to develop her game. Now you're putting all this pressure on Reese to elevate her offense next year, and it might take her another 2 or 3 years to really polish out her offensive game. This was just a bad move, in my opinion. I think as we look back at this trade, it's going to go down as one of the worst moves you ever see from a GM. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Love to hear your thoughts on the Sky trading Marina Mabrey. Do you think it was a bad trade? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.